I realized one thing, that our parents did their best. They taught us what they know, but they are not always right.
Okay.
When you're about to enter the real world, you have to sit down and reconsider so many things. So many things you've learned from childhood, so many things you've believed in, you have to reconsider them. I don't know a single successful person who is still an employee. You understand? So it is high time that if it is necessary, when I was done with school, I took courses to, to make me well equipped for business.
Okay.
You understand? So I feel that apart from learning, to better your skill, I feel like you should also invest in learning about business.
Okay.
Right? I remember I was working for somebody. When I started working, I was so disappointed that I couldn't deliver on time. You understand? And I told my boss I'm quitting. So when I told him, I sent him my resignation letter. I told him one thing, and that's kept me going up to now. He said, "You can quit. I don't have any problem. But if this is how you want to face life, you're not ready for life."
Oh.
You understand? If you're going to give up because you disappoint somebody, or because you couldn't do something on time, or because you couldn't deliver, trust me, you're not ready for life. So, there are so many hurdles in life. You get it? When you're not able to cross the first one, do not give up.
So is it inspiration for you or discipline?
It's both of them. Trust me. But it's discipline more. Right? Over the past few months, I show up every single day. I don't feel like showing up, but I have to show up.
Okay.
It's discipline more. It got to a time that in my office, I have no motivation to be there. You understand? I had no motivation to be there, but I had to be there anyways. In the beginning, you lose people. You have to pay that price because people are used to you being available all the time. Now you want to structure things so that you can give them the best.
Yeah.
Some of them will go at the beginning, but trust me, eventually they'll come back. I like what MTN does.
Okay.
I draw a lot of inspiration from MTN. MTN, I don't know, they are geniuses. Because you go somewhere, you just meet MTN there with nothing. They're not telling you to buy anything.
So this is Parkwadi, and you're welcome to another episode of Canvas and Conversations. This is a platform where we have conversations with creatives, get to know their processes, and I have with me a special guest. I would want him to introduce himself to us.
Okay, thank you, and thanks for having me here.
You're
Alright,
welcome.
so my name is Nana Kwaku Duah. Everybody calls me Enkay, so I'd love to respond to that name, Enkay.
Beautiful.
Right, so I'm the founder for Impact Ghana Foundation.
Okay.
I run a travel business called NovaSky Travels, and co-lead for KayDesigns Media.
That's
I
beautiful.
love business. I'm very passionate about business. It's business first before everything.
I see, I
Yes,
see.
and I am an aspiring author trying to, I'm working on my first book.
Wow.
Yes.
That's
So
beautiful.
very soon we'll be having a conversation concerning that one too.
I'll be
Right.
glad to be the first to read.
I'll be glad to have you read it. So and I'm a Christian, very importantly. I think I have to make that clear. I'm a very
Necessary.
Christian. Exactly.
At what point did you start to see your creativity as a business and not just something you love to do or just passion? Which point did you start to see it as a business?
Wow, that's a very good question, right? So at what point? So like I said, business first. I've been very passionate about business since my childhood, right? And I read science in high school. I read engineering in KUST, but I've been always about business. So right. So at what point it has always been there, even before the creativity came, even before the creative stuff came, right? So I started designing in 2020, and at the time, I think I was too passionate about what I was doing. I was too passionate about design that I forgot the business part of it. So I think let's say, when I realized that I had wasted my time in the sense that people knew me to be good in what I did, but I wasn't making anything for it. So that was why I thought that something is wrong. I'm forgetting my first love. That is the business thing. So I think that would be the point. Exactly.
I see. Can you remember any particular incident that made you think, oh, I'm doing so much work, but probably I'm not being paid what I'm supposed to be paid because I'm too much of a passion-driven person more than a business person? Is there any particular incident that made you come to that
Yes.
realization?
Yes, there is. I remember sometime I realized that I was busy all the time. I was always designing. I was all over the place, but I wasn't making anything.
Oh,
So one day it just hit me. I remember one client was worrying me for their designs to be delivered. They weren't paying me at all. You made a statement. You said something like, at what point did you realize that you weren't being paid what you deserved?
yeah,
Or I wasn't being paid at all.
yeah.
You get it?
It must be hard.
Yes, it was more like a hobby than a business. So I realized that no, I'm too busy, and I realized I'm busy for nothing. That's when I got to know that I was being used. You understand? Instead of making something out of it. And you know that's how humans are built. That's how we are built. When something becomes too available, we overuse it.
Yeah.
So I realized that I was giving myself out too much. At the time, I was going through a lot in the house too. Right? And nobody, not even the clients weren't even, should I even call them clients at the time? These people weren't even
Just acquaintances.
exactly. They weren't even considering the fact that I may have my personal stuff to do.
Yeah.
And they were bent on it, always forcing me to deliver their projects on time. So that's when I realized that no, I was being used, not, doing any business. I had a hobby. I had something that I loved doing, and people had seen that thing and taken advantage of it. So that's instance.
But even at that, I don't think it would be so easy for you to transition from being a hobby to getting paid for it. Definitely, the people who you were working for free will be the same people you would want to charge now.
Exactly.
So how did you handle that? Because I know it will be very difficult working for someone that you are already working for free, and now you want to charge them. How did you go about it?
Okay, so there's one thing that I got to understand, that these people kept coming back, not only because it was free, but because they knew I was good.
Okay.
So let's say I was laid back on that, on the fact that I'm good in what I do.
Yeah.
You understand? So I had to stand on my ground that when you come, you should be ready to pay. You get it? And I didn't really care about who would stay or who would leave. And trust me, every single one of them stayed. Every single one of them paid. Yes, I remember there was a time that a very good friend of mine was opening a shop at somewhere around Circle. So he needed a logo. I charged him for it. And he thought that I would back down or something. You understand? Because there's this thing that we have, that once a person is well to do, or once a person seems to be rich, they can help you in the future. So you are really reluctant on charging them. I stood on my ground. I charged them that amount before they paid. They refused to pay, and they had someone do the work for them. Later they came back to pay for me to have the work delivered for them. So I stood on my ground, you understand? Because once I was aware of the fact that I was good, I knew that I shouldn't be taken for granted. So I didn't really care about who would stay or who would leave.
How good were you charging? Was it substantial?
It was good.
Yeah.
I'll say it was good. And in fact, I'll say that sometimes I was charging more than I should. In a sense that I realized one thing about design, that it is not always about the quality of the work. It's sometimes how you present the work.
Yeah, that's very true.
You understand? Sometimes there was this thing that I don't know if you know how much the designer charged for the Meta logo. Somewhere around $500,000. Right?
Serious.
Look at how simple the logo is. The logo became that valuable because of the meaning that the designer put to it.
Okay.
So I realized that the presentation alone is where the value lies. So it doesn't have to be a big project. It doesn't have to be something too catchy. You understand? When you add meaning to it, or when you put meaning to it, it gives you the confidence, or the stance to charge, as much. That's it.
That's beautiful. So, would you say you're now a personal brand, or do you see yourself as a part of a brand, or you're a personal brand on your own?
Okay, so there's this thing that I almost forgot, right? So somewhere along the line, I met someone also very good in what he did, and I realized that the person was being used like me. And at the time, the passion for the business had grown so much that, okay, at the time, I saw business first before anything. So when I realized that this person was that good, and this person was as busy as I am, you understand, as I was at the time, yes, and was making almost nothing for it. That's when I felt that no, I mean, this should be a business.
Yeah.
So you realize that most designers, right, most creative designers build a personal brand. But this person I'm talking about, we built a business, not just a personal brand. This person is now considering and building a personal brand because the business had gone far away. You understand? So I thought that now we could build a business out of this. You understand? So with me, because I'm very passionate about business, every business should be able to operate without a founder.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true.
That is the goal of every entrepreneur, that they should be able to, their business should be able to function without a founder. So for us, personal brand not really a thing.
Okay.
When it comes to business, right? Your personal brand can come later, but we do not attach our personal brand to our
To the
businesses.
business. Okay.
You understand? So that the personal brand can come later. So with me, I'm doing more business than, personal. You hardly find anything about me on any of my businesses or my foundation or anything. You understand? So because of that reason, we build a business and later the personal brand can come.
You're a businessman, definitely. There will be down times, right?
Yes.
So in the seasons when things are not really moving like how it used to normally, how do you deal with that?
When you say things are not really moving,
I mean you're not getting gigs or call-ups and all of that.
Good. So you should know something about business, that there are certain things that drive revenue, right? And you can't go without marketing.
Okay.
So if sales are not coming as they used to, you get it. You should realize, you should sit down and assess and know that something might be wrong. Maybe I haven't done enough marketing, or because I realize that most of we creatives get a lot of sales or client from referrals. It doesn't always have to be that. It doesn't always have to be that. You have to also invest in marketing. So with me, I do not sit down and think about what to do. I sit down and think about a solution to what may be going wrong.
Okay.
You understand? So, for instance, in one of my businesses, I realized that over almost for a year, I've never done any proper marketing. And it was just the staff bringing me clients. It was just the staff bringing me sales, bringing me revenue. And I so the staff got tired, in the sense that it's always the same person you're marketing to. It's always the same group of people you're marketing to. Unless, of course, you're meeting new people and stuff like that. But it's always the same people you're marketing. So eventually you'll be out of people to market to. That's when I realized that business was not really moving as it used to. I sat down to assess and realized that no, I have to reinvest in marketing again. So it is not always about what to do or worrying about, how do I put this? Or worrying about the fact that clients are not coming or anything. I believe it's more of knowing what is wrong and doing what is right to correct that.
Okay, I see. So on a typical business level, let's say I'm a client, right? And I want to book for your services.
Okay.
What's the process like?
Okay. So let me say this, right? Most of my business intellect are invested into KayDesigns Media.
Okay.
When it comes to the design parts, right? So the process is that the person has to book through a single channel, right? Either through our WhatsApp, social media. Yes, basically both of them. The WhatsApp or social media, the WhatsApp or Instagram or something. You understand?
Okay.
So somebody receives the person, asks all the necessary questions. You understand? Because the clients may come, they want a flyer for this and that and that and that. We'll ask them what they want. We'll take the necessary pictures and everything. And we ask as much questions, because one of the challenges in designing is that after you're done with the whole work, the person will come, I need this changed, I need that changed. And the goal is to minimize that thing.
Okay.
So we ask a lot of questions. Some people come. And I'll say that the smartest clients do not come with with inspiration for their designs that they want. You understand? Because they want the designer to be free, to be creative. They don't want to limit them. But if you have your own flyers or anything you've seen that inspires, you want to inspire work, you can also bring all of those stuff. And after we are set on what you want, we refer the whole, let me call it an order, to the designer or any of the designers at KayDesigns Media, right? We give you a deadline. Normally, we give you the date of delivery. Normally, we give you, let's say, 3 days ahead of when, the design will actually be done.
Okay.
You understand? So we have it done and delivered to you. You understand? So if, let's say, you'll be expecting your designs 3 days today, it will come today instead.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's what we're doing at the time. And you're allowed to like 1 or 2 changes because we make sure that because we don't want to waste the designer's time. We
Yeah.
make sure that we have asked all the right questions to make sure that we are not doing anything wrong or we are not doing anything for my own will or something. Yes. So because I realize that most designers have that problem. After the work is done, sorry, I'll change this, do that. And it's a lot of work
Yeah.
on the designer. So yes, so that's how it's moved. Yes.
Now you've learned your lessons.
Mhm.
I believe you do contracts now,
Yes.
like on paper.
Yes.
So how important do you think contracts are? And then contracts bigger than relationships. What do you think about it?
Wow, that's a very good question. Contracts. Are contracts bigger than relationships? It depends on the magnitude of the project, the size of the project. I don't think you'll have to draft a contract for everything. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Wow.
Yes. Because I'm relating this particular instance to what I do in my business, right? We have so many services over there, but we don't draft a contract for every service. Depends on what kind of service it is.
Okay.
You understand? So because some projects, some of them actually come to have a relationship with you, a business relationship with you.
Okay.
I'll need you to deliver my works every, let's say a 1 year, relationship or something. That's a contract is needed. But when a person comes for a single project to be done, I don't think it's very necessary. So like, let's come to contracts to relationships. I don't know if I really understand that question, right? Or considering the fact that you might know this person coming, or is that what you're asking?
More of it.
The contract is necessary everywhere, every time. I don't care about what relationship it is.
Okay.
Because I realize that we take advantage of things.
Yeah.
You understand? So when you put yourself in that space or in that bubble, you always be taken advantage of. As a designer, not just as a designer, as a person, as a business person, you should always be firm on what you believe in. You should be firm on your pricing and everything. So if it is necessary that we draft a contract, let's assume that I know you come, you want this thing that we want to have a work relationship for, let's say, the next 6 months or 1 year. It is necessary that we draft a contract. Let's talk about the designs, for instance, right? If I'm working with a company who needs my design services, right? Here's what I do. We draft a contract and every design, we understand that from time to time, it's not companies or let's say businesses, they need some designs just out of the blue.
Yeah.
So we understand those things, but we make sure that we minimize those things as well.
Okay.
You understand? So what we do is that if it's 10 designs I'm delivering in a month, I'll need everything that you need days before the month begins.
Okay.
And I'll deliver all the 10 before the month begins.
Okay.
Because one of the things that we forget mostly is the fact that time is valuable. Time is very valuable. And as a designer, I'm sure you know this. If you don't take care, your time will be wasted every time. One single project, you can spend like 2 weeks on it.
Yeah.
Just back and forth and stuff. I've seen that thing before. Yes. So so because of that, we have all of those things well defined in the contract so that we don't have to stress each other out. And make sure that I do, what I'm supposed to do, and you also do what you're supposed to do. Right? Yes.
Okay. Do you think creatives should learn entrepreneurship? And why do you think they should?
It's a necessity. It is. It's very important that, like I was saying, right? I met someone, I felt the person was good. And the person, if care wasn't taken, would be taken advantage of. He has been able to grow his business. That his business has outgrown him as a person. So just imagine the revenue that he's making every month. Do you understand?
Yeah.
If he didn't have that, entrepreneurship, spirit or whatever I should call it, you understand? Just imagine, you still would have been used up to now. Because everything that I'm saying are traits of an entrepreneur. And if you don't have them as a designer, you would waste your time and make a lot of money. So it's very important. And it's not just for designers or just for creatives. Every single person should have that part in their life. Exactly.
Okay. So has there been any points when you had to turn down a project and what made you turn it down?
I'm very hard on respect. That is one of the things that I do not, no. I'm very hard on respect. If you place an order and you do not use the right words, when I'm asking questions I know would help your work, and you're not telling me the right things and you're disrespecting me, that's the first thing. It's non-negotiable. It's non-negotiable. You'll have to go back with your money. I'll stay with my skill. You understand?
I
So
see.
I'm very hard on that one. And some clients, even before you start your project, they'll be worrisome. They'll be troublesome. So like those people too, you can somewhat sense from the beginning that these people worry you.
Most often.
So exactly. So those clients, I don't proceed with them. But I think I will evolve. Everything revolves around when it comes to me, everything revolves around respect. Right? Because I realize that most creatives are disrespected every now and then. Exactly. So if you come and show a little disrespect in my DM or anything, we are not proceeding. Exactly.
Oh, that's beautiful. So how do you keep your relationship with clients? How do you manage to keep long-term relationship with clients? I believe that's one of the hardest things to do because day in, day out, they keep seeing new creatives, they keep seeing new works and all of that. So how do you manage to keep the clients you have for that long?
Every client is looking for one thing, results. And with everything that I've told you, right? If you are a client and you're working with me, I'm sure you'd like to work with me. So how do I keep the relationship with the client? By number one, being as professional as possible. Apart from the fact that I'm good, I have to be very professional. Right? Just imagine a client saying that I know this person is a better designer, but with this person, he is, he respects his time. When he tells me it's coming on this day, it comes even 3 days before that. I'm sure you'd want to work with this person.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, and yes, exactly. So that's one of the things. When you're very professional, when you are, you do not give deadlines and not go by them. I'm sure that's the way. And from time to time, you have to do your own marketing. So that's very necessary. Marketing. I like what MTN does. Okay. I draw a lot of inspiration from MTN. MTN, I don't know, they are geniuses. Because you go somewhere, you just meet MTN there with nothing. They're not telling you to buy anything, just empty. What they've done to us is that they've bought the entire population without we knowing. We are constantly complaining about their services, but when you buy a new phone, you want to go and buy a SIM card, you consider buying MTN.
Yeah.
They've used that thing to build a relationship with us without we knowing. So that is it. So from time to time, you have to do your marketing. That's also, one way that you can build a relationship, or you can keep a relationship with a client for a very long time.
I see. So has there been any point when you're in the middle of a project, you get a creative block? And then since you are someone who loves to deliver before time, has there been any point when during a project you encountered a creative block, and then how did you deal with it? Because I know your clients are used to you providing the work to them on time. Yes.
Exactly. So I think that first of all, we get that problem a lot when we've bombarded ourselves with a lot of projects that we've been behind the PCs or the laptops for a very long time without having breaks. Do you understand? So it starts from there. You have to, because people need you to deliver on time.
Yeah.
You understand? So you have to cure yourself. Whatever illness that will stop you from delivering on time, you have to cure them. Do you understand? So that is when this thing comes in, that still you have to structure your stuff. You understand? You're not doing 24 projects in a week. If you can't, you shouldn't do it. You understand? If you are covered for the week, that the next project you can deliver them, let's say in a week or two, you have to let them know. People will think that, no, when I do that, maybe I'll be losing clients. One thing I've realized about life and people is that when you enter a place with your standard, people will meet you there.
Yeah.
They will meet you there.
Yeah, that's
when
true.
You choose not to calm down, they will meet you there.
That's true.
Do you understand? I remember there was time that one of the designers, or the main designer at KayDesigns Media, at 2 a.m., a client had sent a project to be done just like an hour or two before them. And he was expecting the project to be done, I don't know, at 2 a.m. he was calling the designer. So I heard about it and I called them the next morning. I remember I was in Takrady at the time. I called them the next morning. I told them that two things. I know it's as urgent, and the date for the whatever flyer that they need was in 3 days or a week or so. But I told them that the next time the designer will be available, it will be like in 2 weeks.
Whoa.
So they take it or leave it. You understand? Because one thing is that this design thing, not just design, not just graphic design, but creatives as a whole, we go through a lot of mental stress, right?
Yeah.
And we brought all of that stuff on ourselves.
Mm.
Yes, we do not take breaks.
Okay.
We don't take breaks.
But in the case when I believe most of the creatives are driven by the backs, I believe. So in the case when the money is coming, you're getting much money, and then you need to do a lot of things, our gadgets, everything is very expensive, and then the work is coming. And then because you don't want to get a creative block, are you going to say, oh, let me put some of the projects on hold and then focus on the others because I don't want to get a creative block and lose those monies? Or what will you do?
So this whole thing starts from somewhere, right? And then you have to pay the price. Yes, in the beginning you lose people, right? But once you get that done, you are good to go. In the beginning, because right now this person is bringing their project, this person is bringing their project, and this is the time that you are considering structuring the whole thing, so I don't get creative blocks often. You understand? And in the course of that, some people have to go. Yes, some people have to go because I believe that if you don't put yourself in a very good position, you can't deliver your best, right? And you want to deliver your best. You get it? I believe that one of the most crucial aspects of this whole creative industry is sorry. Are you guys who work in who do photography, videographies and stuff like that? Just imagine when you're shooting somebody's wedding. It's a one in a lifetime moment. You understand? So you have to give them your best.
Yeah.
Just imagine. So like it's very important, and that's the truth. In the beginning, you lose people. You have to pay that price because people are used to you being available all the time. Now you want to structure things so that you can give them the best.
Yeah.
Some of them will go at the beginning, but trust me, eventually they'll come back.
I believe so. I believe so. But don't you think collaborations could also solve these kind of problems? Yes. Don't you think so?
That's very true. That's very true. So exactly. So when let's say your schedule is too tight that you can't deliver a work within the set time or within the time that the client is expecting it, and you're not that creative, you can pass it on to them. So collaboration is so very, very important, right? But I feel that we are very reluctant to do that because we are afraid that no, this person, yes, will take the client away from me. You understand? So we are very afraid. But I don't think that as creatives, we should have that fear. In businesses, we collaborate. In business, we collaborate. If you want to win, you collaborate with people because you can't handle everything. Me, I do that a lot. There are a lot of things that I do in my business. I don't do it. I don't do it. It's not done within. I have B2B relationships. They handle those things and I deliver them. You understand? So if anybody has that fear, I think to protect the whole thing, the person does the work and you deliver them.
Okay, I think that would be
yes, that would be good because so people who have that fear, and I think it's just about right to have that feeling that this person might snatch my clients away from me. You get it? So you have a system where you have the person do the work and you deliver them. That should work.
I think that's perfect.
Collaborations are very important in this whole thing, but I realize that in this whole creative industry is not too much here. It's not like the collaboration thing is not, it's not really here like that. I think it's high time that we build on that, we develop that.
Yeah. As a creative yourself, I believe you make a lot of observations, right?
I do.
And then what do you think is a particular mistake that make a lot of creatives not make so much money? You see, I know particularly some people that do a lot of work, and then at the end of the day, they can't even account for the works they do. You get it? And then there are also those ones that they don't even get the work at all. Yes. And then some of these people do marketing that you were talking about. People recommend them sometimes, and I don't know, by some means they get rejected and all of that. So such a person, what can you tell such a person? Because they've tried everything that you've talked about and still it's not working for them.
That's when the question you asked comes in, that do you think it's important for every creative to be a business person? Yes. Because businesses operate with systems and structures. You understand? So if you have structures and systems in place, I don't think there will be a time where you can't account for the money that you've lost or spent, or, or you're not seeing profit. Because in business, at some point, you just have to lay back and, assess, analyze everything. You understand? And know whether you're moving or retrogressing. You understand? So that's why it's very important. So if a creative treats their craft as a business, it's hard for a thing like this to happen. Yes.
So is it inspiration for you or discipline?
It's both of them. Trust me. But it's discipline more. Right? Over the past few months, I show up every single day without feeling like showing up. I don't feel like showing up, but I have to show up.
Okay.
It's discipline more. It got to a time that in my office, I have no motivation to be there. You understand? I had no motivation to be there, but I had to be there anyways. It's discipline more. They both work for me, but it's discipline, because inspiration and motivation, it's temporary, but discipline keeps you going for a long time. We've handled a lot of setbacks this year, but I'm still moving. If I was being driven by motivation, I'd have stopped by now. But it's discipline more. Exactly.
Okay, so what has been your greatest business challenge, since you're much more into business? What has been the greatest business challenge you've ever faced?
I'll say the right team. Yes.
Tell me about it.
Recently, I wrote something that I know a lot of things are hard in this world, but building the right team or getting a good team should be the hardest.
No lies about it.
Yes. When you have a good team, every entrepreneur's goal is for the business to run without them. How can you make that happen? When you have the right team and systems working. Just imagine, you can set all the systems, but if you don't have the right team for it, you'll be wasting your time. Do you understand?
That's
so
true.
It becomes very hard. It becomes very, very hard. At some point, I was trying to, make, things work without me by training the right people to do certain things and stuff. These people weren't cooperating. You get it? And I was still, going up and down, doing everything myself. You get my point? But it got to a point that I got the right people to work with. They were already motivated. They were, they are disciplined and everything. And things moved smoothly. You can choose not to show up at your office for like a week or two and things will be moving smoothly.
Okay.
Sometimes when you are there in the office, you realize that they are already handling things. Yeah, sometimes you check the cameras and realize that no. Before, as soon as this person comes, they'll refer them to you. But now they are already handling things, everything. All they will bring you is the money. Exactly. So I think that one of the biggest challenges in business is the team, is the right team, getting the right team to work with.
What lesson do you think creatives should learn about money?
I think it starts from somewhere. I've come to understand that it's easier to make money than maintain money. That's one of the things that I've come to know. Right. So when you start getting clients and money starts coming in, don't be a hand-to-mouth person. Start, structuring your finances. You get it? Because the hardest part is to maintain the money, is to keep it. So you realize that you're getting a lot of gigs, you're getting a lot of, clients coming in and everything, but you're always still broke. Or, yes, you're always broke, or you're, I don't know, you don't have nothing in your account or anything, you understand? So I've realized it, and I think it's very important that every creative also learns that thing, that it is easier to make money than it is to maintain it.
Are you a reader? Do you read a lot?
Not very. I read, right? And there's nothing that, I don't know, you'd know that I wouldn't know. I get information not by reading.
Okay.
You get it? Not by reading. Not by reading books. So I can say I'm a reader, but I'm not a fan of books. That's the thing.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you do more listening, I guess.
More listening, exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
I see.
People make it so weird that when you don't read books, you are something else. Different. Right? I'm not a fan of books. When they are too big, when I have to spend a lot of,
it becomes more scary.
Exactly. It becomes, I listen more.
Okay.
I listen more, and I make sure like I read the important stuff because I know that I don't have time. I follow the things that matters on social media.
Yeah.
You understand? So my feed, I'm always getting new knowledge and everything. You get it. So it comes down to reading books. Exactly.
I believe listening to the right materials
Mm-hmm.
is equally
Yes.
as reading the
And
books.
consuming the right
Yes,
content
because
on
these
social
are the
media.
same people who do this
Yes.
speeches and all of that.
Yes.
As a creative and then a business person, is there any point when you doubt yourself? Is there any points? Are there any times when you feel some down times? You feel like giving up. You doubt yourself. Do you get to that point?
Yes. It's everywhere. Not just as a creative. Anything you do, you get to a point where you feel like you are doubting yourself. Sometimes before the project comes, it has happened with the designer I worked with before, right? He feared the project, forgetting what he can do.
Oh,
You understand? So that thing is very normal. You get it. And I've realized that once the brain gets to that point, there's this thing that a friend taught me that I've been doing. When your brain gets to that point where it starts to give out all the negative thoughts you pause and you start writing your achievements.
okay.
You pause and you start you take a pen and you start writing your achievements. You know, it can be the least thing, but you should just pen it down. Don't think about it. Don't think, because at that point, when your brain is at that point, I remember it has happened to me before. I wrote something, it was like, even this one, you had help, even you didn't get help. Exactly. You get it. And it's also supposed to be that way. So you just, write these achievements without, you don't have to think. That's why you don't have to pause and think. Because once you pause and think, your brain will find reasons to tell you that you didn't do that one yourself. You get it. So you have to just write them. After you go through them, it helps. It has been helping me a lot. You understand? So, and I think that being in the right environment also helps.
Okay.
Right? Because when you have people always motivating you, always reminding you of what you can do, that is also a very good thing. In fact, it's the easiest. Because when my designers, or when I'm working with a designer, I realize that they've gotten to that speed or that point, it's my duty to remind them of who they are, of what they can do. You understand? And in the end, they end up delivering their best.
What would you say keeps you going as a person?
Let me say this thing, right? I realized that before I lost my mom in 2021, I realized that she was the inspiration behind everything I was doing. Everything, in the sense that I felt that I was my mom's biggest investment, not just financially, but she invested a lot in me when it comes to morals and everything, right? So everything I was doing, she asked me to go and read engineering, but I was leaving. She was a very big business person. So, but I was leaving, lectures to go for business seminars and stuff like that. Yes, she was my inspiration for everything. When she passed, I hardly was motivated to do anything.
Oh, that
You
must
get
be
it?
hard.
Exactly. I hardly was motivated to. There was that pause in my life. I didn't want to do anything. That I felt that no, I mean, what is life
What's life?
for? Exactly. What is worth living for? I realized that as it stands now, that thought hasn't left.
Oh,
It hasn't. As in, like, she being the biggest motivation behind everything, it hasn't left. Do you understand? But it's discipline that keeps me going. I don't have time to sit down and think about what could go wrong. I don't have time to sit down to think about who or what is my motivation. I just have to write and keep going. I have no choice. You get it? So it's discipline. I didn't realize I'm that disciplined until recently. Because this year, if I should walk you through what I've been through, what my business have been through, what I'm currently handling. You remember what I told you right before we started this whole thing?
Yeah, I do.
You understand? Just imagine tomorrow. I haven't slept for like roughly, let's say, the past 2 days. Not really, man. But tomorrow I still have to show up.
Yeah.
You get it? And it's more discipline than anything. So I realized that discipline is when you have discipline, nothing has to keep you going. Because you are doing it for nothing. You are doing it because you know you have no choice. You are doing it because you know it's your duty. You understand? So if it's motivation, it becomes temporary. Just imagine when I told that my mom was the reason, when she passed, I lost motivation to do anything. The same way, if I blame my motivation, or if I rely my motivation on something, when that thing leaves, I'll have nothing to keep me going. So it's discipline more than anything.
If you could give any message to any creative watching now, what would you say to them?
I'd say it's time to stop making your skill or craft a hobby.
Mhm.
Make it a business. You'll have yourself to thank for that. Make it a business. I am somebody, I bet to define so many things. I know the importance of building a personal brand in the creative space. I have a photographer in Accra who is now trying to separate himself from his business.
Okay.
And it's difficult, right?
Yeah.
And it's very difficult because he has been able to train a lot of people under him. But when there's a project somewhere and he asks any of his guys to go, there's a problem because he's not there.
Yeah.
Do you understand? You can't scale the business. Do you understand? So it's high time that you consider your craft. It's not personal. It's a business.
Mhm.
We were considering with KayDesigns Media, we were considering putting up a design studio in Kumasi. We are going to do just designs. I'm yet to see any of that thing in Kumasi. You understand? So I think that it is high time that creatives see what they are doing, not as something that feeds them daily, but as something that can, position them very well in life.
Mhm.
When you see that way, you realize that you are not just a graphic designer, but you're a business person, and that will really help a lot. Yeah.
So looking at your whole journey as a creative and a business person, and then imagine it as a film or a novel, what do you think you would have titled it as?
Oh my God! Wow. Very big question. I don't know where to start from.
Mm-hmm.
So my experience with life and business, that is what is inspiring my first book.
Whoa,
Yes.
that's beautiful.
And I'm calling it 25 at 25. Yes.
Interesting
25 at
title.
25 in the sense that 25 things you should know before or by the time you are 25 years old.
Oh, okay.
Right? And I can't give it because I've been through so many phases in life in a very short time, especially the last 4 or 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
This year alone, have you read this book before? Brief Chat? Oh my God. This year alone has been something else. You understand? So I can't put a single title on it. But I believe that most of the things that I've learned, or let me say that most of the things that I've been through prepare me for the next phase in life.
Okay.
Right? I remember I was working for somebody when I started working. I was so disappointed that I couldn't deliver on time.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And I told my boss, I'm quitting.
Oh.
Yes. At the time I was at the airport about to fly. So when I told him I sent him my resignation letter, I told him one thing, and has kept me going up to now. He said, you can quit. I don't have any problem.
Mm-hmm.
But if this is how you want to face life, you're not ready for life.
Oh.
You understand? If you're going to give up because you disappoint somebody, or because you couldn't do something on time, or because you couldn't deliver, trust me, you're not ready for life. And that is so I've gotten to understand that life is full of ups and downs. There are so many hurdles in life.
Mm-hmm.
You get it. When you're not able to cross the first one, do not give up. Keep going. You get my point? So I can't put a single title on it, trust me, because if I should tell you the things that I've been through the past 4 to 5 years, oh my God, you realize why I can't put a title on it. Yes, but I appreciate that question anyways. You see, by the time you're 25, typically, you should be done with your tertiary education, maybe about to do your national service or something. You're about to enter the real world. I realized one thing, that our parents did their best. They taught us what they know, but they are not always right.
Okay.
When you're about to enter the real world, you have to sit down and reconsider so many things. So many things you've learned from childhood, so many things you've believed in, you have to reconsider them. You understand? So that's one of the things that there was this thing that somebody was telling me something, that this is the wrong generation to raise your kid right. Yes, it is. Now, this generation, a lot of people are selfish. So just imagine if you go up with this whole thing that you have to be good to everybody, you have to be kind to everybody. You understand? Yes, that is very true. You have to be kind to everybody, but you don't have to be nice to everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, at some point in life, you realize that those things are necessary. So that's just one part of the whole thing that I'm bringing up. You understand? Yes, because I realize that is literally the first quarter of your life, and you're about to enter into the real world, and you should know so many things. And I learned them the hard way. One thing about me, I don't know whether it's good or bad, but I think it's very bad, that I do not tell people about my problems, my family, my support system, or anything. I want to handle things alone. You get it? So I've learned so many things the hard way. So just imagine if I spoke to someone about it, they would have told me that, oh my God, you should have done this thing. I wouldn't. I just want to figure things out myself.
I think with that, it stems from the experiences people have had over the years.
That's very true.
Yes, because you might not even know who you are telling your problems to, because now you don't even know what the next person is thinking.
Exactly. Because I feel like if you are from the right family, which I believe that most of us are, right, that should be your first support system before anyone comes. So if things go bad, at least you have to go back. You have to look back. I don't know, talk to your parents or something, talk to your siblings or something, your cousins, the people that you know will be there for you. I choose to handle everything alone. It has made me learn the hard way, which is, I felt I could have skipped too many processes. Yes. So I feel like, but all these experiences are good because I feel it has equipped me to share more.
Okay.
Exactly.
But don't you think sharing whatever you are going through with your family or whatever, it becomes a problem? Because most of the times, you talking about the support system, most of the times what you are even into, or what the path you want to go, they are not even in support of it. So most of the times you don't even know whether you're going to tell your family about it, they will be supportive, or however they are going to take it. You are not even sure about it, because in the first place, they are even the same people trying to take you away from whatever you have doing. So it becomes a bit difficult, I think.
That is very true. So let me redefine family here. Your family is your support system.
Okay.
Those people showing you support. Okay. So consider those people your family in whatever thing that you are doing. So I think that's
fine.
That does it. Okay. So your family is your support system. In this case, as a creative, as any person, your family is the people that support what you do.
Okay.
So if you are going through some challenges or anything, I feel like, and there's a difference between sharing your problems, looking for solutions, and complaining. You understand? When you're complaining a lot, it gets old. We get tired of you.
Yeah.
If you are sharing your problems, help me solve this problem. I feel if you have a very good support system, they will really help. But if you're always complaining, your support system will give up. Exactly. So that's it.
But don't you think people also get tired of listening to you share your problems with them? Because I believe they also have problems, or they have one or two things they are also dealing with, and then you're always sharing your problems with them. It becomes a problem for them too. So I think that would also be one reason why someone would hold back and not want to share with anybody what they are going through.
When you're looking for solutions, when somebody is really, and I think everybody should get that, at least one person that is in for, making things work for their life. Do you understand? So I'm somebody, I take my biggest therapy from interaction with people that I love. You understand? People that I like, people whose company I enjoy. You get it? I remember there was a time that I was going through a lot. Not that I'm calling them to share, because I don't share. I just call them, have just one or two conversations with them. I'll feel better. Just to calm me down. So there was this time that I tried every single person that I knew. That particular moment, I didn't get anyone.
Oh.
I didn't get, they were either busy, wouldn't pick up, and I was going through a lot at a time. You understand? And I had to handle my own thing alone.
Oh.
You understand? And because I've been through those phases a lot, it has equipped me to be more independent in certain situations. So I feel that is also very important. You don't have to be always, you have to sometimes be independent. You understand? Because right now, like I told you, this generation is very selfish.
Yeah.
So people can't be there for you every time. People can't be there for you every time. Somebody told me to help them with something, help him with the team and stuff like that for what he's doing. I'm like, they have to know what they're going to get from this whole thing. If not, they can't be there for you. You understand? So if your business, the person or your support system, they don't have shares in your business, or they don't earn profit from what you are doing, don't expect them to be there for you every time.
Difficult.
Exactly. So you have to also, be independent. Life is tough. That is very true. It's very, very true. Do you understand? But people make it easier when you have a good support system. It's easier to handle.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true. What last words do you have to say?
First of all, I'll tell them to subscribe to your channel.
Okay. Yeah, you have to do that.
Yeah, so subscribe to this channel, because especially if you're creative, if you're watching us, I feel it's high time you hit the subscribe button. I'm sure you've listened, you've learned a lot of things that you didn't know, especially if nothing, you know that it is very important to, consider your craft or your skill a business and things will move better for you. So I believe that there are a lot of things that you're going to learn from this channel and I don't see why you shouldn't subscribe. So do that right now. So apart from that, this is what I'd say. I'll still come back to this whole thing. When I read engineering, right? But in final year, they were teaching us entrepreneurship. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Life
It
is
is a
entrepreneurship.
necessary life skill. I don't know a single successful person who is still an employee. You understand? So it is high time that if it is necessary, when I was done with school, I took courses to, to make me well equipped for business.
Okay.
You understand? So I feel that apart from learning, to better your skill, I feel like you should also invest in learning about business, gaining knowledge, and in business so that it will help you. It will help you realize that your business will not even be about you anymore. You understand? You have the free time that you need. You can go on vacations or anything you get, but your business will still be moving.
Okay.
That's one very big advantage of, considering your crafted business. I'm very hard on that one. Exactly. So that's what I'll tell everyone ever.
Beautiful. So it has been a nice time with you. Personally, I've learned a lot. It was an eye-opening one for me. Yes, and then most definitely we'll have to do this some other time. Thanks for coming through, and then I'm so much appreciative of your presence here. I don't take it for granted.
Thank you for
So
having
this
me.
has been Canvas and Conversations, and as usual, I remain your host, Paco there. Don't forget to subscribe. You heard him say it. Subscribe, share, and comment. I'm out.